By 1792, the French Revolution had entered a new and turbulent phase. Though the king had accepted the constitution, people were still hungry, prices remained high, and inequalities persisted. The belief was growing that the revolution hadn't gone far enough. To make matters worse, Louis XVI was secretly negotiating with the King of Prussia. Fearing a European alliance to crush the revolution, the National Assembly declared war on Austria and Prussia in April 1792. Volunteers from across France rushed to defend the revolution. Among them were the spirited troops of Marseilles, whose battle song would later become the French national anthem, La Marseillaise. The war deepened internal chaos. Bread became scarcer, and prices soared again. In Paris, frustration boiled over. On 10 August 1792, thousands of Parisians stormed the Palace of the Tuileries, massacred the king's guards, and held Louis XVI hostage. Shortly after, elections were held under universal male suffrage. All men over 21 could now vote, regardless of wealth. The newly elected body, the Convention, formally abolished the monarchy on 21 September 1792 and declared France a republic. A republic meant no hereditary king, only elected representatives. And so, in a dramatic turn, the French people themselves became the sovereign power. The revolution could no longer coexist with monarchy. In January 1793, King Louis XVI was tried by the Revolutionary Court for treason, accused of betraying the people and conspiring with foreign powers. He was found guilty. On 21 January 1793, the king was executed by guillotine at the Place de la Concorde. Just months later, Queen Marie Antoinette met the same fate. For supporters of the Republic, this was justice. For others, it was the beginning of chaos. The revolution had devoured its king, but it was far from satisfied. From 1793 to 1794, France entered its most violent phase, the Reign of Terror, under the leadership of Maximilien Robespierre. Robespierre believed that terror was necessary to defend liberty and purge enemies of the revolution. Thousands were arrested, nobles, clergy, political opponents, even ordinary citizens who simply disagreed with him. Trials were quick. Executions were public. And the guillotine, a device with a sharp blade suspended between two poles, became the symbol of revolutionary justice. Food was rationed. Churches were closed. People had to use the words citoyen and citoyen, French for citizen, in place of sir or madam. Even bread was renamed pain d'égalité or equality bread. But Robespierre's methods soon turned against his own supporters. He trusted no one. In July 1794, he was arrested and guillotined. The revolution had claimed another of its own. After Robespierre's fall, power passed into more moderate hands. A new constitution was introduced in 1795, limiting the right to vote again to property-owning men. Power was now divided between two legislative councils, who together appointed a 5-member executive body known as the Directory. This system was designed to prevent dictatorship, but it brought something else: instability. The Directory was constantly at odds with the councils. Corruption and inefficiency ran high. Meanwhile, economic problems persisted. France, exhausted by internal conflict and foreign wars, needed firm leadership. And that leadership would come not from an elected official, but from a military commander. Napoleon Bonaparte, once a young general in the Revolutionary Army, seized power in 1799. He promised stability, strength, and order. But as we will see, he would also redefine the revolution itself. In the next segment, we'll uncover how Napoleon rose from chaos to empire and how his legacy shaped not just France, but all of Europe.